This is my friend Grant, and he is pretty much where I'm at, late stage addicts.
Yeah, basically, after a while, I started losing my veins, shooting up on my arms, my legs, my neck, my feet, everywhere in between. And eventually, my veins, they went away. And so then you get to the point where you can search for hours upon hours, poking yourself a million times here and there, bleeding all over. Just a mess, anticipation, just going crazy. Or you can just take it and stick it in your leg, your butt, and just squeeze it in. And that's what they call skin popping it.
What you have is staph infection. And Grant's point, what staph infection does is, you can lose a limb from not taking care of it. It's a very serious thing, these abscesses. There are drugs you can use, antibiotics, to kill them.
Like I said, that's what the doctor does. They basically just slice it open, stick a stick in there, and break it all up. Right. And then they stuff it with gauze. It's a long strip like this long, and they pack the whole thing in there. And they send you home, and it's all open. It looks like it needs to be stitched up. It can be an inch long. This one was about an inch long. But anyways,
what happened to that one you got in your tattoo? What did you do?
Well, same type thing. It got a lump, and I had to cut it open, and then, the drill. Okay, well, I drilled on my ass, actually, but this one I cut open. But anyways, yeah, the one back here, I got to the point where I didn't want to use a razor anymore because it leaves too long of a scar. So basically, I did my last few ones with this, and it leaves a very small scar, and it seems pretty twisted, I guess. But it's just, the pocket's just nothing but bad stuff in it anyway. And I clean it real good, of course. And
so you rub the tip with alcohol and stuff?
Yeah, I put it all over it. And I'm totally sanitary when I cut abscesses open.
You know, who would want to, who could not want to fucking rid themselves of this hell? I mean, I was going to lose my leg a month ago, and I was trying to treat it like it wasn't a big deal. I'm just going to lose my leg and go on. I didn't even fucking say, man, if I lose my leg, I'm going to quit or get into treatment, man. I just you just go on and you... It's fucking, oh man, it's a circle of fucking, you don't know how far you'll go until you're out there doing it. And it's really easy to slap a judgment on people. And I understand how people want to judge you because it's insanity. Who can understand insanity? Who can fucking justify insanity? Nobody can. So if being that close to death doesn't scare you and stop using, or give you the motive to stop using, what is it, you know? I don't know what the answer is, Mike. I hope that any message I'm getting across is, hey, you know how you stop using? You don't fucking start. Not even once. Not even the first time. I'm here to save my leg. They've already spent thousands of dollars to save my leg. I'm not screwing this up. I screwed it up already a bunch in the past, and I'm staying in my wheelchair. Good. And this is it. This is my last stand, and you know that, and I know that. You don't take bones out of people. It doesn't go much further. An amputation just would be more, hey, what if the amputation didn't work below my knee? What if it spread up here? Well, then it could go up here. Then it could go up here. Right? You're right. Yeah. So I just gotta do this thing like you guys want. I gotta listen to you guys and stop letting me run the show and let you guys run the show. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm sorry you're back.
I am too, because I never ever thought I would come back like this. I mean, it just was like, wow.
And everything was okay for a while?
For years. I mean, like I said, I had...
So how are your wounds looking?
It's looking like it did when you saw it, that it's really red. It's not gruesome. There's no bacteria. You know, I'll just show it to you.
Yeah, let's take a look. This kind of bump here is not new.
It's not new.
How long has that been there?
Since they did the appendectomy.
A long time.
A long time.
Okay. The best that we could do to get rid of this entirely is an amputation. And I know we talked about that last time, and that would be hopefully what we call below the knee amputation, which is the best level for you to get a prosthesis.
For 20 years I've been fighting to save my leg. I've done all kinds of things.
And the fact
and
that you've been
all
fighting,
kinds of pain.
20 years is a really long time to hold on to a leg that looks
well,
like
it
that.
didn't look like this.
Right.
You know what? It didn't look like this.
You know,
To me, that's closed a little bit. I know it's not going to ever close on its own, but it's not going the other way and getting bigger.
So before you went to Rome, where was the original wound?
There was a wound here. Then this went from like a little cut
you know, like that, and just got bigger and bigger. I don't want to have my leg amputated if I don't have to. So, I bought my house in 2000 and I'm gonna say 2005, maybe 2006, right when anybody could get a mortgage, just about, you know. Actually, I had $15,000 saved. I got it because it was really run down, but it had some characteristics, like it had a high ceiling, it had a great fireplace, and it was built over 100 years ago, and I like old things. I didn't like myself and I quit. I went to an AA meeting, and then I got a home group right down the street, and I didn't drink, and then I haven't had a drink since, and that was a long, you know. She said to me, I want you to get a job, I want you to open a checking account, and I want you to learn how to drive. And I did all those three things. She left before that anyway, but those were things that, yeah, I should have a checking account. I should be able to balance a checking account and save a little bit of money, or try to, which I did. You know, I'm so grateful that I learned how to cook, as much as I bitched about it working in the industry. But if I hadn't learned how to cook, that's become a big part of my identity. I made many large dinners, like Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter, my mom's birthday, and I'm doing a pig roast on the 16th.
Well, we met online, and we had a great first date. You know, we went to the Dahlia Lounge and to a hockey game, because I'm Canadian and I love hockey. So it was a really great first date, because it was really thought out and sort of specialized to me, which was great. On our second date, we went to see a movie. We saw 300. Then just right before the movie started, he said, "By the way, I'm a heroin addict." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And so I was, through the whole movie, I was kind of like, I didn't know what to think, because I'd never met anybody. I mean, that's not the world I've come from. So I just thought, even though I really liked him, that I would not see him again. And I talked to some of my friends, and they said, you know, well, if he's in recovery and he's been sober for a long time, you know, it's probably not a big deal. And don't be so afraid. You really like this guy. Just see him again and see how it goes. And I did. And on our third date, he cooked for me, and that was it. Yeah, that was it. I mean, watching him in the kitchen, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm in. I'm all in. Yeah.
Excellent.
You know, he is very private about his legs, but it was never an issue. I mean, I knew about them, and he showed me them once in the beginning of our relationship, and frankly, I haven't really seen them except for just recently with what's going on with his legs now. But it never slowed him down. You know, he was always gardening and going to work and cooking and cleaning and helping me with my house. And so sometimes I would forget that he had these terrible wounds on his legs. And I always used to think, you know, he's got a little bit of a limp because they hurt so much. And I used to think it was more like a swagger than a limp. So I don't know. It's never been an issue for...
So this recent stuff with Vince's leg right now, I mean, when you first found out about it, I mean, I'm sure you're concerned about.
Yeah, it terrified me, to be honest. I kind of had this overwhelming feeling like that he was going to die, because it was so bad and they weren't going to be able to catch it. And once I kind of got over that, then I just wanted him to have his leg amputated so that he would not die. It wouldn't spread or get a terrible infection and something that he couldn't recover from. I just want him to be around for a long time, whether he has 2 legs or 1 leg.
No, I work in a winery. It's just like working in... There's wine and alcohol everywhere in the world. So what are you going to do? Not walk into a 7-Eleven? Or it just so happens I got a job here by good chance, and it's more than just wine. I do the food, the gardening. the big release party, like 550 people I feed. These people come every year, they love it, and making salami, and so it's a lot of different things. But I don't find it to be a problem of being around wine and not drinking it. If that was my problem, I couldn't be sober if I had to think about it every day and fight it. I don't even think about it. It doesn't interest me that much, and I would never trade everything I have anyway for a glass of wine or a quick high.